Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dana and today I have these delicious pull-apart cinnamon brioche bread for you. Okay, so I will start with the dough, and I have here 350 grams of flour, 60 grams of butter, 20 grams of fresh yeast up here, 200 milliliters of milk, and I'm gonna warm this up, 40 grams of sugar, 1 egg, a pinch of salt, and 2 teaspoons of rum extract. If you do not have this, I will put milk in here, break the yeast in smaller pieces like so. Okay. And yeast is really good friends with sugar, and we put sugar in there. I will add a bit of flour, 1 egg, and let's start kneading this. Lift this up. Actually, add the rest of the flour. And knead the dough for a few minutes until you see that the dough comes away from the walls of the ball. And then you start to add butter, soft butter at room temperature. I don't like to use it melted, I just like to use it at room temperature, and add piece by piece in the dough. The dough might seem a little more shaggy when you add the butter, but continue to knead. It'll come together perfectly, and the bread or the brioche bread will be a lot softer for a longer time and will just be amazing. I'll have to let it dry for a bit, but in the kitchen is warm anyway, so it will rise fast enough, like this. The dough is super soft, as you can see. I like to knead the dough a bit with my hands, even if I use the mixer, just to feel the texture, and add a bit more flour if needed. Perfect. We grease it on top a bit so it will not dry up, but looks a lot better. Do you see? Just rest it a bit, and look how nice surface has on top here. See, just have a bit of patience with it. It's still soft, it's not tough, it's not hard though. Just perfect. I love it. Perfect. we let it like this covered, it's gonna be good. So the dough looks like this. Let's place it on the table, on the mat, really nice and fluffy, and stretch it out. Wow, look how soft it is. Try to stretch this as a rectangular. I have here 80 grams of butter. And just make sure to spread this all over the dough in small pieces. Don't be afraid to use your fingers. This is how you learn. And you feel the texture of the dough. And we put our energy in the food that we're making. This is why homemade food feels better, because the one that is cooking is putting his heart, his energy in the meal, you know. Sometimes if you're sad, the people that are, and I think was a movie about this at some point, the people that are eating will feel your emotions, sadness or... Okay, so I'm spreading this. The smaller the pieces, the easiest is gonna be to spread the butter over the dough. And plus a bit of butter or olive oil or whatever grease you're using, lard, is gonna make your skin glowy and first time made ever. So you can see the videos and make it yourself as well. I don't know if Casco tried the mint one. I think you said that you bought mint at some point, fresh one. So I'm just flatten up that butter a bit. Make sure I have butter all over the surface here. Okay, so 70 grams of brown sugar. Just sprinkle this all over the dough and it will stick to that butter. If you don't have brown sugar, use caster sugar. Make sure to distribute this even on the edge over here. Okay, over this we need some cinnamon. And a pinch of cardamom powder, or either with scraper like I have here, cut the dough. Okay, and I go like this too. With things in the kitchen, we need lots of patience. Sometimes we need to learn the lesson of patience. And life's make sure that we learn it in different ways. So I have a bunch of squares over here. What we gonna fluffy? Patience is a virtue, true. So I'm just gonna stack these squares like so, and place them in the loaf tin. Just stack them on. I have a recipe for a garlic bread that I made on the same way. Yes, I will let it rise here in the pan again. But you can feel the dough, so by the time I stretch it out and let it here until I started cutting it, and already feels puffier and puffier, you know. So I'm gonna put some on this part here. So after you let it rise for about 20 minutes, you can put it in the oven now to bake in a preheated oven for about 35-40 minutes at 180 Celsius, and will look like this. Let it cool down and it's just gonna be amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you here next time with another recipe. Until then, find reasons to smile. Bye!